All right, 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 all right. Let's get right into this motherfucker. All right, as you can see by the title, we finna be going back into that Ohio State um with Myron, and we got a Sneako times Nick times Jake uh interview. So we're gonna definitely watch that. So yep, let's get right into it.
The bitch shaking it, showing it. You this, you that. We laughing at them together. Oh! So stop treating these mother like they mean something.
Let's go to TikTok. All right, now the first video we get into is the Myron video. So let's get right into it, guys. You know, I don't like to hold y'all up because we only have an hour. You know, I like to keep things nice and cute and short because if we're streaming too long, it gets kind of pointless. So a nice hour to get the information that I need out to my guys, and we're good.
Yo, respect. So a few days ago, I saw what I think was kind of a new clip of you and Steven Crowder talking.
Yeah.
And it kind of struck me when you said, I think wait until marriage is like the ideal.
Yeah.
But kind of blended in with what I understand to be your worldview on this topic is given the effects of feminism, promiscuity, maybe more so female promiscuity, the best thing guys can do is kind of try to like self-actualize, get up into that top 10% most desired status, and then have your say, like have a body count of 30, 40, 50 women so you can learn to understand women. And so I'm sure for like most men here, that kind of sounds like a fun journey, at least at the
Sounds like a fun journey. That what? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, I hate jackasses. Like, that sounds like a fun journey. That sounds fun to you, just fucking bitches to learn how many bitches suck, like how bad bitches like that sounds fun to you. That sounds fun to you, be having to become the top 10% nigga in the world or in America. So we won't use the word in America, the top 10%, which is basically the world because we're one of the richest countries, even though we're in super debt. Like, I don't get it. Like, these niggas just skip over the whole. That's fucking hard. The shit he just mentioned was hard as fuck. I don't know what he was talking about was fun. That shit was hard. Will the spoils of the war be fun? Yes, but war is hard.
individual level.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering, like, in terms of at the societal level, is that kind of encouraging the top 10% of men to effectively create a new class of promiscuous women? Does it push us away from healthy two-parent families toward
What's creating a new class of promiscuous women is society, not the men. The men are adapting to what society is creating, okay? Men aren't creating the whores, society is creating the whores. Men are adapting to the whores that society is creating. Like, it's pretty easy. 1 plus
something
1.
more polygamous like King?
Women. Now, obviously, a lot of people are like, 50 women, holy crap, what's going on here?
Yeah, that's the only thing
And the
niggas be
reason why
saying, like 50 women. What?
I say this, guys,
Niggas don't be in the field. That's why you gotta kill. That's basically like saying, it's like me telling you, you gotta go get 50 bodies for you. I come play with you, for you understand how to play Warzone. You gotta go get 50 bodies real quick. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, you gotta learn, you gotta understand the warfare. You gotta understand the game. You gotta understand what the fuck is going on before you can actually really play the game. You're not really having fun when you when you first get the game, is because you're understanding the game. You're dying a lot. You don't know how to run. You don't know you could jump over that. You don't know that's a hiding spot over there. You don't know you can use that gun. So once you get experience in the game, you can actually play it. That's what guys don't understand.
is because we live in a new normal, and that new normal is women have way higher standards than they did before. Since women can attend college, which they are at a higher rate, graduating at a higher rate, earning more money, I predict in the next 10 to 20 years.
Hold up, because I'm going to be pissed, because I'm cooking right now. I'm going to be pissed if I fucking find out I can't hear myself because of my damn goofy ass fucking. Perfect. Okay, good. I was about to say, because of my damn goofy ass fucking mic.
Women are probably going
Well,
to start surpassing men in almost all fields when it comes to earning income. Guys need to step up because women
be-
are
oh,
by
it's finna be
definition
like-
monogamous and look for a man that's better than them. So if you have these 5 things in place, you're going to be what I call an entry-level, higher status guy, where you'll be able to enter the dating market from a position of power, where you can go ahead and pick a partner suitable for you, right? That's kind of why I say these things. Now, obviously, you're coming back with a very, good criticism, like, hey, doesn't this create, a problem that we're trying to avoid with, more promiscuous people, etc. And this is kind of the ugly part and the ugly reality, which is anytime I dispense advice to one party, it's going to put the other party at a disadvantage, right? Because dating and relationships in general is an adversarial situation. I know some of you guys are like, what are you talking about, Myron? It is, because your job as the man is to
Get the sex.
attract the girl with as little effort as possible, right? If you get her to come to your dorm and smash you, it's a W. If you got to take her on 7 dates, well, that's an L for you. But, you're trying to do the least effort, right? On her end, she's trying to extract the most time, resources, and energy from you before she gives you any type of sexual access. It's a dance between the two genders. So anytime I dispense advice to men, it's inevitably going to put women on their back foot because I want guys to have the advantage. Now, when it comes to this situation here, my thing is I want guys to have choice, and I want them to be able to decide how they want to, move. Because the problem is that we live in a society now where if a guy gets in a relationship with a girl, right, marries her, gives her his resources, etc., that puts you in a bad position because we have a family court system literally set up to destroy every single one of you guys, right? Even with a prenuptial agreement, you can still lose everything. So I just want
don't know
guys
that.
to go in
I be
with their eyes
telling
wide
niggas.
open because the marriage institution that we used to have, that was set up in a certain way where women didn't behave in a certain way like they do now. It was set up for women that were traditional. But now women aren't traditional, but they want traditional benefits while simultaneously being able to exercise modernity, divorce rates, etc. So to bring this all full circle, I see what you're saying. Like, hey, are we, perpetuating the problem even further? My thing is, I'd rather the guy get to a position where he's like, okay, I'm ready to settle down, and he has the prerequisite knowledge of how to deal with women accordingly, and then he picks the right one to start a family with.
I got you, man. Respect. Thanks a lot.
What I would say is, though, like I said, society is making the whores. Society is telling them it's okay to be hoes. Like, society is telling them that. It's okay to be hoes. It's okay to do this. It's okay to show your body. It's okay to shake ass on the internet. It's okay to do that stuff. So society is literally making them whores. Niggas aren't making them whores. Society is making them whores. Society is letting them know, have sex. It's fun. Just have sex. It doesn't matter. So that, like, men are just adapting to what society is conforming. Well, I'm not saying men didn't allow it, though, because of course men have to allow anything to happen because women don't have the monopoly on force. But men have adapted to what the new normal is. Okay.
No problem, man. Appreciate that. I hope that makes sense for you guys.
Hello. Okay. That good?
What's up?
Hi, I was just curious. What do you think is the benefit of using words like whore to describe women? Like, who is that?
Oh my God, a tone police. Get this nigga had one parent and it was a mom. I tell you that. Like, I have a question. I just don't like that you use the word whore when you're referring to women. That is just very like, nigga, come on, bro. We don't have this is why niggas like this will forever always be stuck in this goofy ass mode of we need to stand up, and even though that is our stance already, like doing shit like this, tone policing, this is what women do. Like, come on, bro. If she's a whore, she's a whore. If he's a policeman, he's a policeman. If he's a fireman, he's a fireman. If she takes a lot of dick, what is she? A saint? What the fuck, nigga? Like,
Stupid.
actually benefiting here? Besides yourself for, riling up a bunch of people for...
why does words rile you up? You sound like a fucking lowbrow IQ imbecile. Words rile you up? Hearing certain words rile you up? Like, what the fuck?
your own personal benefit?
Hearing triggering words just
Well, I
riles
would
me
say
up. Sound like a
the word
fucking...
whore is kind of funny. I've seen a couple people laughing, so I think that's who we benefit. And I think tone policing and being politically correct, that's what's led to a lot of the problems that we have now in society. So I think sometimes people just need to be candid, and if that means being a bit offensive to do it,
Or
so
abrasive.
that you could be memorable, I think it's worth it.
What problems specifically do you think are caused by not being respectful to other people?
what problems are created by not being respectful?
Yes. Like, if you're using slurs to describe people, I would not call that respectful. What problems are caused by not being respectful here?
Well, I think
what problems are caused by being respectful here?
Well, here's the thing. The reality is we live in a very, how do I say this? We live in a TikTok world. And what I mean by that is you only have a little bit of time to get people's attention to really get a message across. So sometimes you need to break the silence or break the OODA loop that people are in the swipe thing, and sometimes you have to speak in a polarizing manner to get people's attention. So
And that's why people be like, why? Yo, you said, I don't give a fuck, bro. If you don't like how I'm talking like this because I want you guys to know I am 100% showing you me. I'm not playing around. This is who I am. If I go outside, this is who I'm going to be. Like, I don't, like, none of this shit is, like, fake. I like authentic shit. That's why I came to the red pill. I like the truth. I like authenticity. Authenticity. Oh God, authenticity. I like the truth, bro. I for some reason I've always loved history. I've always loved history. History's always been my favorite subject. So that has to come into where I like the truth. So yeah, I'm just a history freak. No cap, for real. I just love learning about what happened before. And Red Pill is about the truth. So that's what we on. So like I said, I try to be as authentic as possible. I don't even watch these videos before they come out. Like there was a video that I should have I wanted to wait, but I really wanted to see what Nick had to say about this, because Sneako and Nick be going back and forth with about Muslim and Christians and so forth. But I had watched it already, so we was gonna watch it today, and I was gonna react to it, and I was gonna tell y'all that I had watched it already, just so you can guys watch, so you can actually watch the debate. But I was like, never mind. I like reacting to stuff that we both didn't see, like some shit that we did not like. I like to really react. We could watch it, but I like to really react to stuff, like, which is why we watching this. Jake Shields, Sneako, and Nick Fuentes. They might bring it up in this, so you never know. Let's go.
Rather, if I say something like, yeah, women need to stop being dumb bitches and whores, but, oh my God, this guy's crazy. And then I can go ahead and expand on why feminism is a problem, why guys need to go into relationships with their eyes wide open, why the family courts are set up in a position to destroy you, etc. So being polarizing is very important to getting a message across in an era where a lot of people have low attention spans, etc.
Okay, so if you're in personal benefit.
Well, fuck being polarizing. Here you go, bro. These bitches are dumb whores. Simple. Simple. I'm trying to tell you, it's simple.
Actually, it benefits the person that's listening a lot of the times.
Disagree there.
I mean, I have thousands of guys that write me that say, hey, I was going to kill myself and I decided not to after watching your content. I'll actually tell you a quick little story. One time, a guy said he wanted to end it all because his life was miserable, and he found a nice little tree that had a good view of the sunset, right? And he was going to, hang himself. And what ended up happening is he was surfing YouTube one day, and he found one of my videos where I talking about, like, not being a simp, taking responsibility, every guy can increase their sexual market value, etc. The guy's alive today, has a family, makes 6 figures, and he said it's because he found that video that he canceled the day that he was going to kill himself, and he has a family now. So to me, I look at it like, if I got to call some women whores for that,
facts.
so guys can wake up and realize that
that's crazy. But it's people don't understand how hard a man's life is. Like, yes, we make it look like I don't even want to say we make it look like, I don't even want to say they make it look easy, because they don't make it look easy, or they say how hard it is. So it's like nobody is for you but us. All right, you niggas, like, that's what you guys don't understand. Like, you niggas keep fucking batting for these bitches don't give a fuck about you, bro. They'll have you fucking drained out, dead on the street somewhere, because you didn't give them enough, and you gave them everything. You don't got nothing left. So yeah, you just, it's crazy out here, bro. So that was a good story. That was a nice story.
Other way, I think it's worth it.
Your sign says transgenderism is a mental illness.
Yes.
How many people do you think that has made a little bit more want to kill themselves?
I would agree, because it's a mental illness. I would definitely understand why you would want to do something like that if you have a mental illness. Do you see what I'm saying?
You mean like trannies that want to kill themselves?
Yes.
Well, here's the thing. They already had a mental illness. Me telling them they have a mental illness doesn't change anything. They've already had these problems.
Right, exactly. That's literally what I just said.
That seems a bit circular, but
Yeah, they have way
seems
bigger
a bit
problems than me.
circular to say that somebody.
They have way bigger problems than me calling them fucking insane, dude. They got way bigger problems.
If you weren't calling them
literally.
insane and you just let them like be people, and we didn't have to make this an issue.
No, that's the problem. We keep just letting these niggas be people. No, obviously, when you just let people be people, we get degenerate shit. Okay? We don't get good shit out of people just being people. We get degenerate fucking niggas coming out of this shit. Okay? So we can't just let people be people. Sometimes you have to tell these niggas, no, you can't do that. Nah, we not doing that over here, but you go over there and do that shit. Go somewhere else and do that shit. You not doing that shit over here. But every other country does that shit. Every other country does that shit. Every other country has a spot where you can't do you're not doing that shit. So it's like it just especially in Africa they don't play that shit. That's why it'd be so funny when I see the gay niggas talking about anything. Nigga, they would chase you out the city. Like, what the fuck, bro? Y'all niggas just want everything over here. No, go the fuck over there.
Do you think that they would still want to?
Well, here's the thing. I'm not saying I hate trannies. I'm not saying that we need to get rid of them or whatever. I'm just saying that they have a mental illness and they shouldn't be around children. That's my biggest thing. Is I don't think hell. I'll take it a step further. I don't even think gay men should be around children. I don't think they should be allowed to adopt kids. And if I had my way, I would put gays in their own part of town. And the reason why...
Hide them away
Love
from
to
niggas.
hear that. Love to hear that.
Well, I'll go ahead and expand on this. I don't think children should be exposed to homosexuality at all.
What do you think I'm going to do here?
Huh?
What do you think I'm going to do here?
What do you mean you do here?
Yeah, what do you think the gays are going to do to the children exactly?
Well, okay. So my thing...
What the fuck? Nigga said, what do you think I'm gonna do here? Nigga, what the fuck does that mean? Isn't it true? What do you think what the fuck does that mean? Like, the fuck? What do you think I'm gonna do here? What do you think I'm gonna do here? Nigga, most gay niggas like boys, young boys. I'm gonna keep it at that.
Thing is, I don't like public displays of affection, right? I don't like PDA. Even between heterosexual people. I don't think it's
Keep it at that.
in front of,
Niggas go
in front
use
of children
Google and
especially.
find some shit
So
that
my
you're
thing
supposed
is I think gays need to go back in the closet. We don't want to know you're gay. We don't need the flamboyant, parade marches and everything else like that. And if you want to go ahead and have your gay clubs and make out and do all the other degenerate stuff, no problem. Just do it in your own area, and I don't think kids should be seeing it at all. Because
Dude,
I do think that children are the future.
Your entire deal is being a piece of shit really loudly. So why can't other people be normal loudly?
That is not normal, and that's the problem with you niggas. You keep thinking that shit is normal. It's like a nigga that keep coming up to me that smoke crack, and he's like trying to advocate for me of why he should be smoking crack, and I'm like, bro, go ahead, smoke crack, but it's not normal to smoke crack. Okay, it's just not normal. That's not a normal thing that humans do is smoking crack. So I can't like lie to you and say, oh yeah, that's sure everybody does that. No, and it's not normal, my nigga. I think y'all like 1% of the population, which makes it even fucking worse.
I
I don't care.
I hate when niggas say that. It's normal. It is not normal. You fucking goofballs.
The road to greater.
Stupid.
A road.
That's the fake. That's the.
No,
that's the-
guys, respect this First Amendment, man.
It's normal.
It's fine. It's fine.
normal.
But this is the package that I'm talking about.
Yeah, get
Anyway,
fucked in the ass.
so
Man.
we got to
So fucking
combat this,
stupid.
guys. But it's cool because we can have a discussion, right? It's very important to have these discussions. So thank you for being up here.
Of course.
Again, I think. Okay.
Stupid.
So my worldview is this: children are the future. Children need to be protected, and if that means that we need to do certain things in society to protect said children, I'm willing to do that. So I don't think it's appropriate for gays and lesbians and other people that are sexually degenerate to be around children and or even be able to adopt them. I think that's a problem, right? If they want to become an adult and then they want to learn about homosexuality and everything else like that later on, that's fine. But they could do that when they're an adult and their brain is fully developed so they can kind of have their own worldview. But I don't think it's fair to children when they're still developing, still going through life, etc., to see these things. So that is a big reason why I have the worldviews I have when it comes to trannies and gays. I don't think kids should ever be exposed to that. I think rainbow flags should be completely banned. I think if it was up to me, I'd put gays in their own little part of town where they can go ahead and practice homosexuality openly. They can do their parades, everything like that. But then when they come into regular society, we don't want to see any of that.
I guess the last question. Do you think that that's protecting parents from having to deal with the fact that their kids aren't cishet? Or do you think that it's like, I guess here's the point. How is that protecting the kids? Because presumably some of those kids are going to be trans or gay, and if you're spending all of this time trying to make sure that they don't know about trans or gay people, then they're just going to think that there's a problem with themselves. And that's not very fun for anybody. I don't think it is. I don't want anybody to feel that way. So why should we be trying to make other people feel worse about themselves for no fucking reason?
Sure. Well, number one, kids can barely wipe their ass properly. They don't know if they're gay or not. You know what I mean? They don't know anything, right?
That was kind of crazy.
And I'll give you guys an example. Every single one of us here probably grew up with like that one girl who's a fucking tomboy. She always wants to play basketball and hang out and play Yu-Gi-Oh, whatever it is. I'm showing my age here. Maybe Magic the Gathering. I don't know. But she grows up, and I want to be around the boys. What ends up happening? She turns 18, then all of a sudden she's a girl again, right? She's like wearing dresses, she's being pretty, etc. And you're like, what the hell happened? Okay. Well, imagine if she had said, I think I'm a boy. And then she goes ahead and gets transitioned and fucks her life up, right? But she grew up out of that and realized, no, I'm a girl. So kids don't know anything, and I don't think we should be deferring to them based on what they think they feel or their sexuality or whatever. It's like, you know, she's like, oh, I'm a boy. No, you're not, bitch. You're a girl. And then boom, she grows up and she'll end up thanking you for not, you know, transitioning her. So I don't think children should be making those types of decisions whatsoever because they can.
That's what kills me too is that niggas be like, how niggas actually think a child can make a transitioning decision. That nigga's gonna get mad he can't eat candy for dinner every night. Why do you think he can cut his genitals off? I don't understand. I never got that. I'm trying to tell you, like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, the left really just never really made sense to me, or liberals really never, especially with that, the LGBTQ. That just never made sense to me with the kids stuff, because it's like, they're kids. How would he know he was? Of course he's gonna say some dumb shit like that. He's a kid. That's why you tell the kid, no, you're not. You're a boy. Or you're a girl, and you correct the child because they're a child. Just like if a kid came to me and if my kid came to me and said, Dad, I want to eat candy for dinner all the time, I'm going to say, no, that's not good for you. You're going to eat this because I'm the adult. You see what I'm saying? I'm not the kid. I'm the adult. That's what you niggas be forgetting too. Y'all think that y'all are kids. Y'all not the kid. You're the adult.
Perfect.
They could ruin their life in the process.
I think it's a bit weird to use the word children for people that are like usually at least well into their teenage years. But
I don't even think in their teenage years they should be able to make that decision.
What about at 18? What's your opinion there?
Well, at that point,
out of curiosity.
Yeah, at that point, maybe there could be a conversation, but you know, I think when they're
I mean, at that point you're an adult, so if you want to chop your dick off, go ahead. You're an adult. You're 18.
They're still kids and teenagers. They don't know anything. You know, all of us. I'm 35 now, and you know, I'm showing my age here. But looking back, I'm like, wow, my parents were right about a lot of stuff. It takes a significant amount of time for people to look back and realize, like, oh, they were right, or oh, I was wrong here. So I do think that 18 is like the bare minimum where we can even entertain this conversation. But even then, I still think people aren't developed enough a lot of the times.
Do you think that people know that they're straight or cis by the time they're 18?
What the fuck? Straight or cis? This a new word?
Well,
I thought cis meant straight.
That goes on a case by case. But I don't think you're case by case. I'd say.
Okay.
But I'd say the majority of the time they're probably straight.
I don't think we're gonna get any here anyway after this. So thank you.
I honestly, guys, I want to say I think niggas turn gay because they've been rejected by so many girls. They think niggas are gonna do it better. They think niggas understand them better. I really think niggas turn gay because of that. Because, like, they just been rejected by so much. I don't think they actually come out gay. Well, of course they don't come out gay, but I'm saying, like, I think, like, the psyop is, like, they get rejected by so much, or they just have been feminized so much by their mom that they turn out more feminine and end up thinking that they like men. Like, it's like a psyop. I feel like it's not really them liking men. It's like them being brainwashed. I'm trying to tell you. I'm getting somewhere now.
No problem.
Just wanted to talk for a little bit.
Thank you for coming.
You all have a good
and
night.
talking. And guys, I know you guys were like, picking on him a little bit, but we do need to have these discussions with the other side. I think it's very important because if you don't have these discussions, you guys aren't able to make your own opinions, right? So, what's up?
So, I got one question for you.
Yeah.
If you woke up tomorrow and you became a woman, what's the first thing you're doing?
Ew.
Damn, bro, that would suck.
Automatic
Shit.
jump out the window.
Well, I'd make myself a sandwich since I know
What
that
type of
I'm an
sandwich?
expert at it automatically.
What type of sandwich?
What was that? Get the bread ready, yeah. I don't know. I'm assuming since I'd be a woman, I'd know exactly the best one to manufacture right off rip when I wake up in the morning. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, look, as a female, people get mad at me for saying this, but women live life on easy mode in 2025, bro. It's
I
actually
would say life would get so much easier. Like life would get 100 times easier. The fuck?
nuts how it's like we're playing on fucking Halo level legendary. They're playing on recruit difficulty. So it's nuts. But yeah, I'd make myself a sandwich.
Gotcha. That's the only question I had.
All right. Cool. Thanks.
Get this
What's
nigga
up,
out of
man?
here. Uh-oh. There's another
Hey,
Myron.
Georgia, it's time to take your natural gas rate plan
Stop,
and
stop.
fix it. To compare it against other providers and see if you can save. It's time to take your natural gas rate
It's just
plan
that nose.
to
Them niggas got that
Constellation.
nose. That pointy ass nose. That long ass
Meta.
nose.
Play gorgeous. Thank you.
What are we
So I
watching?
wanted to ask you about voting for Republicans.
How
and
does Uncensored America have fucking ads and they have this nigga on here? I don't get it.
and Peter Thiel in general, the
Oh, the faggot.
yeah, the Palantir,
I don't get it.
the neocon influence on the right wing.
Yeah.
So, growing up, like during my early teenage years, I was down
This is
that
on
right wing
fucking YouTube. What the fuck?
Ben Shapiro.
I don't
as
get
with
it.
Everyone.
Jew.
I don't get
And
it.
then we get Charlie
Like,
Kirk.
yeah,
I don't know
rest
why
in
you
peace,
two
but,
be
Yeah.
on my
yeah,
ass.
so
Like,
after Charlie Kirk, you start getting Nick
Trying to be like
Fuentes on your
Uncensored
feed, and then I
America.
get you, and then I get Sneako and all these people.
Nice.
So my question
real
is,
niggas.
I've kind of woken up to the right-wing influence of the neocons, and I feel like my vote is being wasted. If I vote Democrat, I completely disagree with all the policies that the left has. If I vote right-wing, I'm just sending my tax dollars to Israel. So how do you think you combat that? What do you do with your voice? What do you do with your vote? Is voting even worth the time?
That's precisely why we got to take our country back.
right.
That's
exactly.
literally why.
That's exactly why we have to have niggas that are talking. And so now we can choose the right people to go into office, and we can say, okay, is he taking money? Da, da, da. Is he taking? Da, da, da. What does he think about this? This is our chance.
Like
We're waking niggas
earlier,
up.
I said, guys, hide your power level, right? Like, someone was saying, oh, well, what? Why do we need to know about Jewish conspiracies, all this other shit? You need to know it so that you understand who's in power and how to get in a position to take that power. Obviously, peacefully, we're not going to do anything crazy like that, but we're going to gain influence, we're going to get backing, and then we're going to go ahead and take the White House, and we're going to take this country back
Yep.
so that we don't send aid to a country that commits a genocide in 4K. Trump just sent a fucking letter, literally this morning, I think, to the Israeli government trying to pardon Bibi, right? So that's unacceptable. So the way that we're going to go ahead and be able to make it where a vote actually
It's
matters is
crazy.
we got to be the ones in charge. So if you guys have a similar worldview,
And if you guys don't think, let me just help you guys. Let me just help you guys. Oh, wait, hold up. Let me take the caps off. Of independent experts, literally a panel of independent experts. Like, what the fuck? A specific independent commission of inquiry established by the UN Human Rights Council has concluded that Israel is committing genocide in Gaza. This is not a formal classification by the UN as a whole, but rather a finding by a panel of independent experts. All right. So he's pardoning.
to what I have, like hide your power level, get in positions of power, and we're going to take our country back.
That took 5 seconds, guys.
How do you get to a position of power when I feel AIPAC controls 80% of Congress. It's almost impossible to win a primary.
Well, they're running now. What they're trying to do is they're trying to say, hey, we're gonna. What they're trying to do is they're trying to give donations without it going through AIPAC. They're trying to do it privately. So we are making a change, right? Like, and I was one of the first people to bring this out. Like, if you go on the AIPAC website, if you scroll down, it literally says there 98% of our candidates win their elections. Like, they openly brag about owning this country. And I pointed this out years ago. But now we got them running guys. Like, the Jewish lobby is losing influence in America. They're, constantly getting attacked. They're getting made fun of by both the left and the right. So we're definitely making a change. And I do think maybe not in 2028, but maybe the election after that, we can seriously have some impact and get these fucking parasites out of our government so that we're not sending aid to a genocidal, ethno state.
Yeah, so what I personally believe is I agree with everything you're saying, but there's like certain opinions I can't say out loud because I fear for getting expelled from university, getting kicked out from my job. You think that will change when like the boomer generation dies or just with time?
I hope so. Because I think freedom of speech is
important.
The most important thing that we have. There's a reason why the forefathers traversed, the Atlantic Ocean and battling scurvy and dying and everything else like that in wooden boats. And when they got here, the first thing they did was, made the First Amendment, which is freedom of speech. That's what sets us apart from everybody else. So, like the gentleman before, I know some of us are making fun of him for being a little woke or whatever, but I think discussions like that are important, and that's what sets us apart from all these other countries. So we need to protect that, even for our political adversaries.
All right, thank you for your time, Myron.
No problem, man. Thank you. Maybe not so much freedom of speech for women, though. Just kidding.
Oh, God.
No,
What's up? I just got off work to check you out. Come check you out, man. I ain't here to debate you. I'm here to thank you, bro. I was sitting at home one day playing a game, saw a video. All I heard was if you're a man making 25, 30K a year, you're a loser. And look, I ain't got no college degree, but in the past year, I obtained my CDLs. I'm on pace this year to make about 90K.
Nice.
Look,
Let's go.
I wouldn't consider that high value, but I'm earning value.
No, you're getting there, bro. You're getting there.
And
that definitely is
really
high
just wanna
value.
come
Shit.
here to tell you thank you, bro.
No,
for real.
thank you, bro.
Money
Relationship advice, how to deal with women, holding yourself accountable as a man. Bro, I needed to hear that, so it was really like,
And then look at that, nigga comes right up.
Thank you.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And guys like you are why I do what I do. So like even when people like that guy before, like, why do you need to say this stuff? That's why I do what I do right there. That gentleman over there.
Watching you 3 years, Myron.
Okay.
Watching you 3 years.
Hey, what's up, brother?
As biggest your supporter, I want to shout you out. I want to shout out Sneako.
Is he holding up
I want
the
to shout
fort?
out Andrew Tate, Nick Funyas, everybody.
Yeah.
You guys are amazing.
Those are the homies.
Listen, guys like you need to make everybody better. Because
Thank you,
like
man.
there's too many men in this world that are falling down. Like, and I believe that. And, I keep quiet a lot, when I'm around people. If I'm at work, I'm at work, I'm working 6-7 days a week, I'm not in college here, Like, I'm just grinding, like you guys say, do. I believe people should stop partying so much and
you guys are the fucking future, man. Like, the reason why I tell you guys, especially young guys, like, you guys are literally the future. So, like, look, when you guys listen to me, Nick Fuentes knows, gotta be get that in.
All right, back. All right, he's glazing. We get it. We got one glazing story in here already.
I need help fixing my sink.
Okay,
I
let
need
me
help
find a
fixing my
tutorial for
sink.
you. Do you have a pipe wrench?
I'm sure trying to get a pipe wrench.
Maybe I should schedule a plumber on Thumbtack.
Good call. You the man.
I haven't taught my dog how to do the Hitler salute yet, but we're getting there.
I wish I had Frank here. For those that are wondering, my dog knows how to do a Robin.
Yeah, I saw that last night. That was
Might
funny.
have to teach my German.
I want to start out
Rottweiler
by
that.
saying it was funny. I was on Hinge the other week. Some girl had sent a controversial question to like open, and then I sent her there's two genders, and she unmatched me. At first, I was like, all right. But then I kind of.
It wasn't even that bad.
That is like kind of crazy to think like it's 2025 and like just that was enough.
Yeah.
That wasn't even
well,
that
I'm
bad.
not surprised. I mean, women literally are like. So all the liberalism garbage that we have, it was spearheaded through feminism. Like that's the reality, right? Like every single problem that we have, social or cultural issue that we have, pretty much feminism was the Trojan horse from which that problem came from. Because it started with feminism, then it went into gay marriage, then from gay marriage, now we're into, this whole alphabet community. So which is a Jewish construct, by the way, too.
If you didn't know.
That's pretty much
if you didn't know.
The cultural problems we have in America when it comes to liberalism in general.
Yeah.
Facts. Oh God, where are we at? An hour in. This shit is 3 hours. I don't know why. I don't know how this nigga sat out there for 3 hours and 20 minutes in that cold ass weather. This nigga has 2 jackets on. I still don't know how he do it. I'd be having like 6 and I'd be cold. But yeah, let's get into this Sneako. What they was talking about. See what Sneako, Nick Fuentes, and Jake Shields was getting down about.
All right, have a seat. Come on in my hotel studio.
Yeah.
We got the special studio here.
Awesome. Oh, what's up?
What's up?
How you doing?
Doing pretty good. How was after getting kicked out? That was kind of wild.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. Well, it's not that crazy.
You expected it. You knew that was going to happen.
Well, I wasn't sure actually. Yeah, because they said
We've
that.
been talking to him for an hour.
Their audio kind of sucks, so I'll try to like actually pause the video before I say anything because their audio's ass.
Before you got there, they kept not giving us a clear answer, saying like, "Oh, I
No shade.
think so." I'm like, "Oh, I think I got you. Think I got you," and then no.
Yeah,
you want water or something?
I'm all right, thank you.
I think the couple hundred fans screaming didn't help when you walked.
Yeah, that probably.
Yeah, I think they would have kicked you out anyway, so they were ready.
I think so.
Probably because I told them how to pass for you. They were probably, and they weren't giving me a clear answer. They kept just like stringing me along.
They probably wanted me to come so they could take it.
What's the backstory? You told me a little bit about the Groper War of 2019, 2020.
Yeah.
Why do you have beef with Charlie Kirk?
Well, I mean, honestly, they started it. Not to be that guy, but I had basically no interaction with them for years because I got started in 2017, and I had no interaction with them that whole year, 2018, 2019. And then in 2019, I was in a photo with Ashley St. Clair. You know, she's on Twitter, she's or X now. She's a big influencer. She's tight with Elon. I was at this party with her. I was in a picture with her. They fired her as an ambassador because she was in the picture.
Oh, wow.
And that was the first shot, basically, because I had no beef with them.
She's Jewish too, right?
Ashley St. Clair, yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
And, you know, she's actually a nice person. I don't agree with her on everything, but I've known her for a long time. And so we were in the photo. They fired her as an ambassador because she was in the photo. So, and then the Groper War started. But, you know, honestly, the Groper War, all we did was participate in the event. It's a speech and a Q&A. So, and by the way, it wasn't like we cooked it up. I mean, people were just spontaneously doing that. Everybody thinks I was the mastermind. I became the mastermind, but it started out, I kind of, you know, we took it and we wrote it. But when it started in Colorado, it was just 2 random guys. They asked these questions, and it was pretty organic. And I don't know. I mean, they claim to be like free marketplace of ideas. We're the conservative movement. But then when people actually want to critique them from the right rather than from the left, they say shut it down, no more questions, you can't participate. And, you know, what's incredible is just like the double standard. They'll sit and debate socialists. They claim communism killed 100 million people, but they'll talk to communists. I haven't killed anybody, but they say you can't even come in the building, you know, your people can't ask the questions.
But that's how you silence the other side, is by not even letting them speak. That's how you silence people. That's how you silence people, by canceling, by just not letting them speak.
So, you know, a lot of the Groypers have heard the story a million times, but it's just totally outrageous that we really do get treated differently than anybody else.
It threw me a little off guard. I thought it wasn't going to be that extreme. I thought we were able to get in, and then
right.
they just, because that's what they're sounding like me. They want to give me a clear answer, but sound like, oh yeah, we're working on getting this passed. And then they come in, it was just boom. They rushed up, like 5 people in his face. They wouldn't say why. I kept being like, why is he being kicked out? No answer. Just higher up say, can we speak to higher ups?
Yeah.
I asked to speak to higher ups. And I actually did talk to some people afterwards and got private conversations that were like, oh, we agree with some of what you say. And it's just kind of like, why don't you say this publicly?
Right.
You know, like
we waltzed right in.
Really?
Yeah, they were really friendly.
Both of you guys?
We got right in. It was a lot of fun. You should have came.
I tried.
It's crazy how honest I've been. I've had multiple people tell me I should have no contact with you, that I'm fucking my career up in the future, but I'm not going to live as a coward and like, oh, I can't talk to you. You've been nothing, you know, you've been a friend to me, we've been cool, so how am I going to not talk to you because other people tell me to? It's insane. Like, I've never had so many people try to, I'm a grown man, and people tell me I can't talk to you. It's insane to me that people think they can even tell me that.
Yeah, it's totally bizarre. And It's it's amazing because people say now that like cancel culture's over. I've heard people say that it isn't. No, I mean it's over for some people, but if you're an effective critic of the system, they want to make it so that your life is miserable. And I think what they sort of recognize is like I'm clearly still popular. Like I go to Turning Point and I get like a hero's welcome.
You had hundreds of people waiting. I walked in, it was like plaza, like oh wow, this is crazy. It's like
people
a
are
rock star
saluting and stuff.
Yeah, they're cheering. I'm signing autographs. And so they can't get rid of me. They can't get rid of my following. So they put ice on everybody around me. Like people reach out to me. I'm not going to say who, but some big people reach out to me and they say, "Hey, we want to have you on YouTube, but you're banned on YouTube. So if we have you on our channel, we're going to get banned." Well, Tim and other people.
Tim didn't even reach out. Tim just like
Why
goes to
Sneako
us.
just?
Yeah.
But it's pretty obvious why.
But after he gave me his word that he was going to do it, and then he should have just called me and said I changed my mind, but instead he just stopped.
Why Sneako just out the
Well,
Sneako
House
like
ones,
that?
they only
Jesus.
put it on X, right? So they put it on YouTube.
Yeah, that's right.
But that was cool they did it though, because they knew.
Yeah.
I understand why, because like I said, I'm looking to get a podcast going, but they'll demonetize just for putting you on there. How crazy is that? Just for having me on the podcast is demonetized.
Yeah, I got like 2 strikes for doing that. So.
Yeah, and the Hodge twins lost a couple sponsors over me being on the show. Yeah, so it's
Good for
just
them for having the balls to bring you on anyways. More people
Absolutely.
are starting to have the balls finally.
Yeah.
It's the quickest shift. It's the fastest shift in like that there's ever been in this movement. It's got to be, right? Have you noticed you've done Halfpack for how many years now?
It's our 4th year.
And this has got to be the most amount of energy, huh?
Yeah, it's the most people, it's the most energy, and this war in Palestine is really what did it. That coupled with the Kanye thing, the Ye 24, Candace Owens getting fired from Daily Wire, it's like basically all the things we had talked about for 7 years are now come to fruition. And people see it with, exactly. It's hitting everybody all at the same time. And I said my pinned tweet on X is I got canceled for saying they put Israel first. Now everybody sees what I was talking about, because with this war in Gaza, it's so transparent, it's so unpopular, it's unpopular around the world, and yet it just goes on and on and on in defiance of everybody, which it's like if the whole world says you can't do it, but it keeps going, then what does that tell you about who runs the world?
Didn't you tweet that this is the first genocide that's been live streamed?
I think someone else tweeted that, I think.
Yeah, but it really puts things
But
in
it is.
perspective.
It's like I said, I'm on all the Telegram channels. It's terrible. I don't know if you look at those, but the stuff you see on those, like I only put a few videos out here and there. There's hundreds of them a day of just little kids getting blown up. It's disgusting. And like I was telling him earlier, the worst ones are the Israeli ones because they're mocking it. They're laughing at it. I don't know if you've gone to those. They're just sickening. I can't go to those very often.
Yeah, it's gross. They're chauvinists, and it's like we were standing out there, and I was saying, there's that law that says that it's illegal to say the Jews killed Jesus. I'm like, but they did.
Yeah.
And there was a guy, some boomer, clearly Jewish, he's standing out there. He's like, the Romans killed Jesus. It was the Romans. And I said, I'm sorry, sir, do you believe in Jesus? And he goes, he's not my savior.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah, case in point. And, but that's just there. That doesn't work. This is a Christian country. This is America. And the people that are calling all the shots, they don't want to die for America. They don't want to die for Jesus. They think they're better than everybody. They think that everybody's got to bow down for Israel and everybody's got to care about their feelings about the Holocaust and about anti-Semitism. And everyone knows it. And I'm like one of the only people, obviously you and you also, but I'm one of the people in politics that's saying, no, F that. Like it's America first. It's Christ is king. And without exception, absolutely. And we confront head on this contradiction. And that's why I'm canceled. I mean, and Candace has jumped in a little bit, but
yeah, she name dropped you on Piers Morgan. I was surprised about that.
Yeah,
she said positive things too.
You're getting mainstream, man. I don't think they're going to be able to stop that.
And I don't think that's what people understand. It's not that we don't like them. It's that we don't want them running our government. Okay, we don't really give a fuck about them. We just don't want them running our government. Okay.
This talk a few months ago, and it's like you already see this direction changing. And I can't imagine for you what it must have been like 7 years ago. Like I'm glad that I just started learning the past year because I'm not very good at keeping my mouth shut. Obviously,
Right.
I couldn't imagine. I'd probably be like you, completely ostracized. So it must be crazy what you've gone through.
Yeah, it's been pretty horrible, but
Yeah, I couldn't imagine.
But the vindication feels good. I mean, all I want is just that things are set right. I mean, I don't care so much about me as long as we get America to be put first as long as we get.
It's bigger than us. It's about the country, and that's I think why we get along, because we're not trying to be like, oh, my ego this. We're trying to make the country better. A lot of these guys like, oh, how can I get money off this? How can how can my ego? It's like I just want a better country for our kids and grandkids who live in.
That's why I think Jake is going to be really useful in that regard, because a lot of other guys like have a lot of ego towards it and resentment towards you.
Totally.
And Jake's really like, you could tell. Would you let Jake be the head of Secret Service as president?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, he's
I got a job.
Secretary of Defense or something.
I just need to calm down a little bit. Because I pissed at people that push him.
Well, you need that.
Pissed. Like, don't fucking push him.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, you refused to shake the guy's hand.
Yeah, maybe I need to be a little nicer, but she pisses me off.
Yeah.
Wait, so how did you
It's
guys?
Like these guys destroying our country. It's like, so these guys are like, they're active and our country's being destroyed. These guys are sitting back and watching it and debating, going along with it.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, a guy privately told me that he agrees with a lot of it. He was a high up guy, and it's like, how are you keeping this private then?
Yeah,
because you prioritize money over truth.
Well, because he's getting donor money.
That's the only
Getting that
reason
money. Niggas care about that money.
Yeah, so you were saying earlier that there's some guys, like, you understand why they don't want to speak about their politics. I think you absolutely should. Now is the most crucial time to speak about this. Like, when there's a genocide being live streamed, like, now more than ever, people always talk about how, like, oh, if the Holocaust was happening, I would have spoken up. I would have.
They'd be sitting there with these people's quiet.
Then right now, say something. But how did you guys end up meeting each other?
Through a mutual friend. What's his name? What is it?
Tenrio.
Tenrio, yeah.
Tenrio, really?
Yeah.
You see him come on the Woman podcast in New York?
Yes, yeah.
I met him in New York, and obviously he's black, and he was sitting there. I believe you're some racist. And he's like, oh, you really should talk to Nick. He's like, isn't he racist? And he's just like, no, he's not. And I'm just like, all right, give me his number. And I think I texted you at some point, and then we kind of just started talking a little bit from there. And instantly I could tell he was genuine. I like Nick. Not to say we're like the most close. I think people think we're closer than we are. People are always hitting me up, asking me to get Nick to do things. Sometimes people even has Nick's phone number. I'm just kind of like, why don't you hit him up? But I think he's got along right away. I could see he was legitimately wants to save the country. And I felt a little bad too, because I kind of believed that he was this like demon. And then we told me when 18 you were pushed away like that.
Yeah.
I just couldn't imagine at 18 getting stripped from everything, like even your own family probably thinking you're just like bad person and you're just trying to help the country.
Yeah, exactly.
That's everybody's first reaction to you. Like, I remember bringing you up to Myron, and he's like, isn't that guy like a white supremacist? I'm like, no, he's cool. Like, you need to talk. He's like, you can't, like, white nationalist. Or like, and then he met it, and obviously, like, you see what he thinks now. He's very public about that. Mm-hmm. So, but that's everybody's first impression.
Yeah, well, that's their. It's like when Ye tweeted that a few years ago. He said, "Who do you think invented cancel culture?"
Yes.
That's who's behind it. I mean, because with a guy like me, the first question I asked, I didn't. When I started getting into politics, I was a total normie. But the one thing that stood out is I said, "This whole Israel thing doesn't fit with America first." That was it. And from that point on, they said, oh, well, you hate Muslims, you hate black people, you're a white supremacist, you're a white nationalist, you're this, that, and the other. And it's this like reputational destruction. It's almost like I'm being embargoed. And that's kind of, there's like an irony there because, there's that BDS movement, boycott, divest, sanction, and it's totally legitimate movement because they say, here's this country that's engaging in a genocide. Well, we're not going to do business with you. That's our prerogative. That's our freedom. Why would we support a country that's engaging in a genocide? Well, they say that's anti-Semitic to engage in the BDS. You cannot boycott, divest, or sanction Israel. But if you criticize Israel, you get boycotted, divested, sanctioned. If you criticize Israel, you're banned from the payment processors, you get banned on YouTube, you get blacklisted. Other people that associate with you get banned. Like when we went on Fresh and Fit, we were going to go live. You, me, Zerka, Myron, Walter. And they came in and said, oh, you can't do the stream because Nick and Sneako are banned from YouTube, so you can't stream it on YouTube. And it's like those secondary effects. So it's ostricism, like in ancient times.
Yeah, you were totally ostracized. I hate to admit it, but even when I was like, oh, is this a good idea? And I'm like a guy that's not scared of anything. I have my finances are secure.
It's funny.
The fact that it even crosses my mind just shows how good of a job they've done.
Yep.
Like, so you have dozens of octagon fights, like going, like not knowing if you're going to make it on a live.
But the fact that it even crossed my mind just shows like how good of a job they've done. Because I'm kind of like, I do whatever I want, and I'm thinking like, oh, is it smart if I go, have any connection with this guy? And the fact that it even crossed my mind, it's just cowardly. I mean, luckily I wasn't a coward, but I could understand why people would be scared to meet you because a lot of people's lives aren't in order. They're not as strong. They don't have finances and set. So it's tough.
Yeah. Well, and it's really weird because It's not like you're going to meet Al Capone, which is like, that's what Andrew Clavin said from Daily Wire. He's like, oh, well, Nick says some things I agree with, but he's like a notorious person like an Al Capone. Like Candace Owens said, it's like, oh, if you have a dog and Hitler has a dog, are you like Hitler or something like that? And it's like, you have that reaction about meeting me. I'm not a murderer. I'm not a rapist. I'm not, Jeffrey Epstein was hanging out with like the world's most famous people. That's fine. If you're hanging out with like Lolita Express or Bill Clinton, Kevin Spacey goes on Tucker Carlson. Kevin Spacey, who's accused of raping kids. Yeah, and then they all mysteriously die. So he can go on Lex Fridman, and he can go on Tucker, and he can go on the
Piers
shows.
Morgan recently too, right?
Piers Morgan, but not me. Why? Because I like downplayed the Holocaust, or I'm an
might have only been
anti-Semite.
4 million instead of
Yeah, right. But
or
that's
you
fine.
a wooden door up or something like that.
Yes. So
to them, that's worse. Being critical of Israel is worse than fucking kids.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I honestly was a little shocked how we got big that day, because I thought we had it cleared. It sounded like I told him on the phone, like, I'm pretty sure we're getting it cleared right now, and it was just
That's crazy.
Rushed up on.
That's crazy. But that's what was so crazy, because niggas they don't want to have him on, but will put Netanyahu on. Like, they will bring that nigga on. They just be fucking bullshit. That's why everything, all that shit is bullshit. It just, you can see through all that bullshit. You can see that they're scared to have him on because they don't want their platform to realize that he's right. That's really what it comes down to, as you can see.
Over to us in like 5 seconds.
They were like ready, waiting.
Literally, like walked through the door and they made a beeline. Hey, can we see your ID? Yeah, you can't come
They
in
knew
here.
exactly who you were already, so I don't know why they need your ID. They just, like, leave.
Well, you must know some things you're more politically involved than me. What's going on at TPUSA? What's the narrative that they're trying to push? I saw you speaking about JD Vance. What do you think is the big push that they want to do with TPUSA?
So with Vance, everyone's pushing Vance now. And Vance is being pushed with Trump because Vance is getting money from Peter Thiel, and Peter Thiel is like a big federal contractor. Like, they just got his company, excuse me, this is a huge topic, so we can't get into all the details, but his company, Palantir, is a contractor with the NSA, with the CIA, and they do like AI, they do facial recognition. They got a $500 million contract with the federal government recently. Thiel's money put Vance in the Senate. Now Vance is being tapped for VP. And what's interesting, and this is what I kind of got at earlier today, for a long time, you had like neocons, the neoconservatives. They said there's a civilizational war between Christianity and Islam, and Israel's at the front of it. And that's why we need to go to Iraq and make a democracy, and we're going to plant the seed, and it's going to spread all over, and blah, blah, blah. People stopped believing in that. They said that's nation-building myth. We can't build nations. You can't go and make a democracy in Iraq because they don't have a tradition of liberalism, and their religion isn't really compatible. As you know, Islam's, and it's a good thing, it's not a liberal religion. So that fell out of favor. The neocons fell out of favor. And so for a long time, they were just kind of pushing this, well, Israel's our closest ally. And all it took was somebody like me to get up and say, okay, well, why? Why are they our closest ally?
Right.
And they folded immediately because they're like, we don't even know, because that was it. I mean, years ago, we would go to Charlie Kirk and say, hey, Charlie, like, why are they the closest ally? And they didn't know. I mean, they said it, but they didn't know. And what I've noticed, and if you pay attention, you'll see it too, they're now creating like a new justification for it in light of the Groypers, because the Groypers have become very popular among the young people. And so in the past 5 years, they've come up with these new ideas. So like, Vance was at the Quincy Institute a few weeks ago. It's an anti-war nonprofit. And so these guys don't actually support Israel. But Vance goes there and says, well, I'm going to make the case for why we should support Israel. And he had all these new reasons. And so he said, for example,
Jesus Christ.
well, we need to support Israel because they're innovators in missile defense. That's the big thing now in Ukraine.
So being pro-war.
Yeah, right. It's all about defense contractors, like his boss, Peter Thiel.
Okay.
He said the second thing is, well, Israel protects the Christian Holy Land.
All right.
That's the new one they're doing.
Okay.
Like Vance posted a picture of himself kissing the wall, and he said, I'm walking in Christ's footsteps. I'm like, did Christ kiss the wall? I must have missed that. Yeah, right. I'm like, somehow I don't think Christ supports Israel. But that's like their new thing.
Like killing kids?
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
that's
or like spitting on his own followers, or like bombing his own churches.
Like these evangelical Christians, they're Zionist Christians, they get spit on out there and they're still
Yo.
Zionists. It makes no sense.
Do not think he's lying. Officer Talmud literally said on his show when he was I think he was talking to BB or one of them niggas. Said, yeah, when we went there, I only got spit on once. That's crazy. I only got spit on once. That like he literally said it. You can go look it up.
Yeah, well, it's
They
funny,
do
I
spit
met
on
one
niggas.
From Turning Point, this young girl. Years ago, I went to this thing with Bryson Gray, and there were a couple of girls who went to like my old high school, and I recognized them. I was like, "Oh, hey, yeah, you're getting a lot of attention for being in Turning Point, blah blah blah." And I said, "Yeah, you got to drop this Turning Point stuff. Israel's not our ally." And they go, "Oh, we just got back from Israel." I'm like, "Yeah, they hate Christians there." My right-handed God, I swear. She goes, "Yeah, now that you mention that, they kind of like hated us there. They were like spitting on us."
So you see Destiny getting like he's over there. Destiny's not even Christian. He's in Israel right now. My bad for bringing him up.
No,
like,
yeah.
Everywhere you go, and then he's like he thinks that these are his people. And he's driving his car, and they're like Sharamuta. They're cursing him out in Hebrew. Like he's like, I don't know what you're saying. I don't know. Like the guy's literally pointing at his face, calling him the son of a whore.
Yeah.
So like you would think that like, even him of all people, who's like he's servicing these people now, this ideology. Even they're like this fucking faggot whore. Like
Yeah.
get out of our country.
Yeah.
Yeah, my bad. I know everywhere you go.
No, when I went there though, I saw it. Like, I was treated good because I was like with people that are high up, but I could see when I was in Jerusalem how they were treating other people
You're
like
gonna
not
fucking
good.
give me
The guys
bad.
with machine guns, the Muslims are pushed to a corner, the Christians and shit, like, they're treated that good. It was like, and they try to
That's
take
why
you
we
around
gonna
and show me
kick.
all the positive things.
Yeah.
But I could still, I'm not
kick.
stupid. I can just still see
you know.
things.
No, they're
Yeah,
like
well, yeah,
outsiders.
they're putting on a show, and
I
anyway,
did
but
not
so
know
Vance is pushing
Destiny
this
was
new
in
thing of like, oh,
fucking-
we support Israel because we're like Christian. Charlie Kirk does the
I did
same
not know
thing
Destiny
now.
was
He
in
recently
fucking-
got asked at one of the Q&A things, I think it was some girl came up and said, why do you support Israel so much? And he said, well, because it's a Christian holy land. And now they're trying to steer the Christian nationalist thing into a way to support Israel. And Vance has echoed a lot of those same sentiments.
Are people believing that?
I think some people are. I think they find it more plausible than the other stuff. I think years ago we totally dominated because they just had no convincing answer.
Yeah.
And now that, ironically, now that another aspect of our rhetoric is winning, which is that Christ is king and this is a Christian country, they're kind of leveraging one aspect of what we support into supporting Israel and saying, and it doesn't really make sense, but I think that's probably more compelling than what they were saying
The
before.
pro-war stuff. Is that it? Is that the only two arguments that JD Vance has?
Yeah, he said it's missile defense, it's Christians, and then the other thing, it was really funny because if you read the transcript, he says something like, we're partnering with the Arab countries to do the Abraham Accords and expand that to Saudi Arabia. He goes, and this presents really great opportunities financially, militarily for Israel. He goes, and also for the United States, of course. But it was literally like he forgot.
People watching these politicians, they're not.
I'm trying to tell you guys, it's like they just don't give a fuck no more, bro. They just really don't care no more. They really putting it in your face and saying, "Here, nigga, take it." Like they really don't care no more, bro. That's why there's no way you could just sit back and just watch this shit no more. There's no fucking way you're just gonna let a nigga take your ass. I can't let that happen to me. Sorry, but yeah. That's what kills me about this. It's just it's so blatant now. It's not even like niggas is hiding their hand. They just doing it in front of you and they saying, turn around, nigga. Mind your business. That's literally what they doing now. Turn around. You ain't see shit. So I'm a show the shit. I saw something. Shit. But anyways, this was a nice little Thanksgiving week live. Thank God to YouTube we did not get banned because these niggas were saying anything and everything. Even though I don't really give a fuck if we get banned on YouTube because it's fuck YouTube. But we shall be live Wednesday before Thanksgiving and we shall be live Friday. So y'all already know how it goes. We'll definitely go finish through some of this for part 3 and then depending on what Wednesday's looking like, we might do part 2 of this because they were talking about some good stuff. This beginning of this is good. I like watching like the beginning so y'all could go finish it off type shit. No Diddy. But yeah, we shall be live on Wednesday. Happy Thanksgiving for everybody if we don't make it Wednesday because I do have some. I'm gonna try to move it to Tuesday because I have to help my dad with some stuff. But yep, happy Thanksgiving everybody. If I don't make it then, I will see y'all boys on Wednesday or Friday, but make sure you have a good night as well. Peace.
The bitch shaking it, showing it. You this, you that. We laughing at them together. Oh! So stop treating these like they mean something.
Let's go to TikTok.